Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Korean teach and learn in Korea experience and a Korean experience that we're gonna do. And we're gonna call this one Seonunsa. We might even call it Seonunsa Part 1, and Part 2 will follow this one. Just a quick update, just to let you know, I'm recording this on the 12th of October. For those of you, this video will come out on the 13th or 14th. This video most likely will come out on the 14th. Just to let you know, I couldn't record videos yesterday. Lots of stress in my life at the moment. And what I usually do is I aim to record a video a day. So to make up, I'm going to record 2 videos today. This is a bit behind the scene things. I'm going to record 2 videos today, and it might be just 2 videos handling the same topic. I think I might do that. So it's going to be a shorter video, essentially. So, as you all know, the previous video handled about the deaths of 3 particular people. My grandmother and 2 friends of mine. So, during January, I decided I'm gonna walk Seonunsa, or hike Seonunsa, Seonunsa, yes. And it was quite a cool day. It was hot. Like, listen, Korean weather is humid and everything, and it's very sorry about that. Korean weather is hot and humid, and I'm not a humid guy. I'm overweight. You're going to see some photos of me looking quite different than what I do currently. Yeah, it was a sunny-ish day doing that thing. And yeah, so I got to Seonunsa. I'll eventually show you on Google Maps the path I took to school. Seonunsa, the Seonunsa temple, was midway through the stop. So we start off this beautiful one with that right there. This is on my way where I'm like, I'm going to take a hike. Now, I'm going to get to Seonunsa. So I stopped in Seonunsa, and the guy at the gate, there's a place you have to walk past, and there's a guy there, and he's like, no. ID. And I'm like, oh. And I take out my ARC, and he checks it, and he's like, oh, okay, Kwenchana, go ahead. Kaja, go ahead. I'm like, okay. So it turns out that because I live in Gochang, or in this area, I get access to the temple for free. Granted, it would have probably cost me like $2 to $5 to get in. So it wouldn't have been too much of an expense for me in any case. But I got to get in for free because I live in the area. And this is the beginning part of the hike. Now, for me personally, when I go on these sort of hikes, I try and not walk on the beaten path. I try and explore a bit and everything. Maybe keep the beaten path in eyesight. This is what I did with this particular one. Keep the beaten path in eyesight and move along that road. Okay, cool. Oh, crap, the road is winding up. I'll have to get on the road. So I try to avoid the paths as much as possible until I can't, and then I go back in. But I always keep it in sight, And this is the start of it. This is literally the start of the thing, of the trip. And the next video, I keep on saying video, the next photo, like, I've dedicated this hike to those 2 friends of mine. The next photo is obviously, literally, the constructed path. Because the one rule that I've learned in Korea is if they created walkways like this, there's a reason for it. Don't go off these walkways, because they're trying to preserve the natural beauty, the nature next to these things. So obviously I took those paths. But when I saw like what would happen is at the end of the path, roughly, I'm looking at the photo, at the end of the path, there would be like a little dirt road, a little thingy, a little dirt walkway, whatever, dirt path. And then I'd stick to that dirt path. But right next to this wooden path would be an actual road to get up into the mountain. So I'd keep to the less trodden path, if you will, but still trodden somewhat. And sometimes I just veer off in the distance and like, ooh, river, let's go over this side. Ooh, a tiny little brook. Let's chill here for a bit, right? The next one, this is basically surprising me as I comment on these photos the moment I see them because I don't have a reference for them. So it's like, that's me still on the wooden path. Like I told you, I look slightly different. Back then, I look slightly different. Maybe I should cut my hair again. No. I look slightly different back then. Very heavier than I am currently. And this is just... And I remember taking this photo, waiting to not have people in the photo. And that was the best one I could get. Like I said, these photos will surprise me as much as it surprises you once they pop up, That was the third one. Let's go to the next one. Number 4. Hopefully it's this different one. Oh, this is just me basically heading off the path going, Whoa! Now, let me just quickly go back. Because I want you to see the difference, right? This is what I look like at the beginning of the thing. No sweat. No freaking dying. The humidity does get to you, right? And there again, a random bit of forest there. What was that? Was that number 4? Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna go to number 5, and let's see. Oh, see, like literally in this photo, I had to take this road because there was no way for me to cross on the other side of the river. To the other side of the river. I'm like, I want to do this. And the strange thing, what people would do is they would, like the Korean hikers, what they would do is they would literally, listen to this, they would literally just take their shoes off and put them in the river. And that was so freaking weird to me. I don't know why, but that was just a weird thing. Oh, wait, that's not the entire photo. There we go. That was so freaking weird to me. But look at how beautiful this is, right? I mean, I've never seen such beauty in nature as I have in South Korea, right? I mean, I just take... Oh, fuck's sakes, move up. I just take random photos. And I'm like, holy shit, this is beautiful. Now this, you're going to start seeing, if you look closely to this photo, you're going to start seeing my hands shaking. The photos being slightly more and more, getting more and more blurrier as we go on. Because now I'm getting tired. My body's going, what the fudge are you doing? Damn, Zephyr, why did you say you're going to climb this in honor of the people we've lost? And I'm like, why, And that would be, and the next one is, what is the next one? One of my many stops. Like, thank you. Okay, I've got a reason to take a photo and not look like a suffering tourist to the other Koreans. So I'm like, take a photo. I'm like, this is so beautiful. And I would walk up to this statue and like, inspect it, mock inspect it, going, walk around it and everything. And I'm like, okay. Meanwhile, I'm sitting there, I'm doing this to rest and not give the impression of the bunch of Koreans walking past me that I'm busy dying. So I was like, this was one of my favorite rest stops on the way there. This was about probably... this was probably like 45 minutes into the hike, somewhere around there, This is getting slightly worse and worse for me, exerting myself and everything. But I was like, fuck it, man, you're young, you can still do this, right? You can still do this. Next one is I'm going to do another photo and then we're going to continue on in the next part. The next one is basically, this is the village where you do your temple stay, if you go do a temple stay there. And you'll see why in a couple of photos from now. You'll see why I say that. And my friend said, yeah, you hike up there, you're fucking almost dying. My friend that did the usual temple stays, you hike up there almost dying, you do the temple stay, and then you sign in I'm doing a temple stay, and then you just continue on. And the next one, I remember this because I downloaded it, so the next one will be perhaps a better shot of Seonunsa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. I need to, after this video, I'm going to check, and you'll probably hear a different pronunciation. But yeah, that's another bit of a village thing there. You see at the bottom there, and this is not this is part of my video photos that I didn't capture, but they're busy building something at the bottom there. I think it's sort of a semi vineyard or whatever. And there were cars driving past the road up there to that place constantly. So that's the road. I kept an eye shot as I was walking next to it, I see the road, but look at nature. Road, nature. Road, nature. And yeah, we've reached that part of the video. We've reached the end of this video. We'll continue on the video series next up, part 2 of Seonunsa. Seonunsa. I'm going to check the spelling now after this video, and I'll probably pronounce it correctly after this. But yeah, that is Seonunsa, part 1. In honor of the friends that has gone before me. Until I see you in the next part 2, or Hanadul, part E, I don't know. But until the next one, you see I'm busy learning Korean as well, so I'm trying to, but until the next video, part 2 of this, you should have a good one, and I'll see you then.